my name is Gina from Haunted Flower, and this is my movie review for Halloween 2. Halloween 2 is written and directed by Rob Zombie. Anyone who doesn't know the story of Mike Myers has been living under a rock, so I won't go into that. But for the first movie, he really kind of stuck to the original plot for the most part. He had a few deviations here and there, but mostly he stuck to the original story. Now, in the second one, he just goes off the map completely. Anyone who expects to see a movie about people like doctors and nurses getting killed in a hospital, that's not going to be happening here. Well, it does, but maybe for about 10 or 15 minutes. The bulk of the movie takes place a full year after the fact. Laurie is in therapy, and Dr. Loomis has been on a book tour. Michael Myers is very angry in this movie. He's so mad. And instead of the quiet, vacant stare, or the dark eyes, or the slow plotting, it's a completely different character than in the original movies because you can actually see his face very often, which is unusual, and you can hear him making all these little grunts. I'm so mad. Oh, I'm so mad. I'm gonna stab you like 20 times because I'm really mad. It takes you aback a little bit because you're like, wow, I think he's dead, Mike. I think he's dead now. You can probably stop. Oh. And the sound quality in this movie is amazing. Sitting in the theater, hearing every single bone crunch and little squishy noises. And oh, this movie is not for the weak of stomach. It is pretty harsh on your insides. Rob Zombie has a very different view of the world than I do. There is no room for fluffy bunnies or kittens or sunlight or any natural lighting for that matter, and even stuffed animals have really bad potty mouths. Laurie hasn't really grown up very much. She's not very smart. I mean, you think she would have learned a couple of things, but she's just not very smart. And I'm used to a smart protagonist in my horror movies, but she's just not intelligent enough to take care of herself or think about the people around her. And in this movie, you can be a good person or a bad person, and it does not matter because you will be judged the same way and you will have just as horrible a death as everybody else. It does not matter what you do or say, and it will be so bloody. It's like he turned on a hose. He just turned on a hose in whatever room you're in with your blood in it. And that's just how it got everywhere, because otherwise, I don't know. I don't know how it got from inside you to all over the walls that quickly. When you're watching it, you can't always tell what has happened to someone. You know that they're hurt, but you don't know how or why, and he leaves that to the imagination, which is interesting. He's leaving that to the imagination, but not Michael Myers' face or identity, which used to be the unknown scary factor about him. And instead, with this movie, he says, I'm going to show you Michael Myers. Here's his face, here's his mask, here's his child version of himself and his mommy, and they're all going to be here all the time. And it's going to be so messed up, it will still scare you. In this reality, in this idea of how people are, it's a very good movie, I think. I think he paints the picture very well and he shoots it really well. But for me, it's so dark. It just goes beyond me. Laurie is living with a cop and his daughter. Why is their house so bad? Who lives in these conditions? Why is it all spray painted and grimy? Have they ever heard of Windex? What is going on? He's got a responsible job. Why can't they clean up the place? I just can't get past it.